Welcome back to Timoteo TV. We're getting into our 5 and 6:30 games. Let's start it up. 5 o'clock. This is going to be a game of the week. We have the Redskins versus the Raiders. These are our past two Urban Bowl champions going head to head. Both teams really, really important games. Redskins 1-2 after 3 weeks. 1-2. We have never had a former Urban Bowl champion the next season not make the playoffs. And right now the Skins 1-2 really needing this win. And the Raiders, they're no joke. But the Redskins easily could be 3-0, losing 2 games on the very last play. So this should be a great game. Chris, what do you have for this game?
All right, don't hit the panic button. I mean, the only thing that's going to kill the Redskins is if they in fact do we do find some stuff in this scandal of nudity, and they end up having to forfeit the season. Other than that, mark my word, right now, they will be 5-2 going into the last game of the season against the Packers, which they probably will lose. But there's no need to panic. They've had also, just as the Panthers, their opponents have been 7-2, the Redskins' opponents have also been 7-2, and they're in a tough division. And from here on out, it's a soft schedule. And so right now they're 3rd in offense in the midst of that schedule. They're 7th in defense. They should have won last game. They should be 2-1 right now. It's a must win for them against the Raiders. And the Redskins do not lose 2 games in a row. They just do not lose 2 games in a row. So they're going to start their winning streak here until the last week of the season. They will be fine in the grade 8. Nobody's going to miss the grade 8. So don't whine and complain at home. No panicking. It's fine. I mean, it's good.
And buddy, so how did the Redskins bounce back after such a horrible coaching mistake by Leo this past week?
Yeah, I mean that's just another rookie mistake by Leo. I mean, costing the Redskins 2 games already with coaching mistakes. Yeah, I mean, so he's gonna have to really grind down and kind of put it together. The Raiders are a tough little bunch. I mean, they fight all the way through, a little scrappy little bunch. The quarterback position over there still isn't solid. I've seen a couple different guys throwing over there. So I mean, the Redskins. I mean, this is a team that they want to play in the Raiders, but they want to knock them out early and jump up ahead, so that way that the Raiders, they can't stay in. So I got the Redskins winning this game. I got them winning pretty big, 32-18. I think they bounce back, and I think Leo gets the guys going on track for a playoff push.
One quick addition to that too, I think it'll be interesting to see how just the pass rush of the Raiders, how effective that is with a quarterback who doesn't move very well for the Redskins. So I do think that might be something to take into consideration and really see how that breaks down and if he's able to get the ball out. So other 5 o'clock game, we have Packers-Eagles. Packers, one of our 2 undefeated teams with 3-0. Eagles 2-1. This is a rivalry that's been going on for what, 4 years now? 5 years. 5 years where every game is always a battle with these 2 teams. There's a lot of history there. So we have the Pack and Eagles. Buddy, what do you have to say about this game?
Well, I know it's rumors that Buddy and Ness do not speak at all throughout the week during this during these games. This is, like Nick was saying, this is a huge rivalry. It's been going on for a while since Bryant and Tyquan battling out from the beginning. And it's always a close game every time the Eagles and the Packers play. It seems though the way it works is the Eagles win one, then the Packers come back and win. Same thing, Eagles win, and then the Packers. So last year, the Eagles edged out and won with White Boy doing a surprise spot at quarterback last year. So I think that even though the Eagles are flying high right now and looking pretty unstoppable, I mean, that 2-5 mojo they got going over there is working. With the Packers, I mean, if they can continue to do what they do on defense and manage to offensively play a whole game, if White Boy can get it going in the first half as well as in the second half, I think that the Packers win this game. And I think the Packers will win this game 36-35. I got this a 1-point game. It's always close between the 2. Leroy and White Boy, I think that's a new rivalry you got to watch out for. And we'll see what happens this week.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. This is going to be an epic battle of the ages. It always is. Even if one of the teams stink, they always find a way to battle each other and play each other face to face. You got the Packers 5th on offense. Eagles are 7th on offense. So you're pretty well matched there. Packers are 2nd in defense, and the Eagles are 5th in defense. So it's going to be heavyweight fights, back and forth. Could be a game of the week. I mean, it's that good. I think this is going to be hands down the best team the Eagles have faced this year. I don't know if they have what it takes to beat them this week. I think this is going to be a test for them because they're a new team still. And they're always trying to find their way. I think they're going to learn a lot from this game. But I think the Packers are going to edge the Eagles 26-20.
All right. So that kind of puts everything on a collision course, I guess, to week 5 with the Cards and Packs possibly being both undefeated. So we'll see what happens with that. But speaking of the Cards, our 6:30 game, we have the Cardinals versus the Ravens. Both teams living up to the predictions of being the top 2 teams in the Justice Division. And we're going to see who is the top this week. Cards 3-0, Ravens 2-1, coming off that tough loss against the Packers. Cards coming off that gift they were given from the Redskins. Chris.
Yeah, it was a gift. And this is going to be the battle of the division. Whoever wins this game will win the division. Of the Justice Division. And right now, if Cards win, they've already locked up. They win the division. They're in the playoffs. It should be noted, though, that there's 2 undefeated teams here. The Cardinals and the Packers. The Cardinals have the easiest schedule in the entire league. Right now, their opponents are 2-7 on the season. If you take away the 3 losses that they produced against their opponents are 2-4. If you look at the other 3-0 team, their opponents are 5-4. If you take away those 3 losses, 5-1. So we're going to see if they can beat the Ravens, which I think they will. I can't wait till next week's battle of the decade of all time versus the Packers. But this week, I think the Cards are going to handle business, win the division, being the first team in the playoffs, and they're going to win 39-14 over the Ravens.
Wow. All right, buddy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that the Cardinals, I just think that offensively they're too much. the best offense in the league. So I don't know if the Ravens are going to be able to stop them. I think the Ravens will give them some kind of fight, but they struggled with the coaches struggled with finding their car after the game. So I don't know if they're going to be able to put a game plan together to compete with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So I got the Cardinals winning 34-21.
All right. So then final game, 49ers-Vikings. This is high-powered offense against a tough D. Toughest D in the league, one of the best offenses in the league. So 49ers 2-1, Vikings 1-2. Vikings really needing this win. 49ers trying to look to continue to build on that momentum since their first week loss against the Packers. So, buddy, what do you think in this game?
Well, I think that the 49ers and the Vikings are going to be a battle, but I think that the 49ers are just offensively, they're too strong for the Vikings. The Vikings have 2 outstanding corners who are 2nd and 3rd in the league in tackles, Jose and John Horton, but I don't believe that they can, Mike attacks the middle, and he throws it to Dave, so that middle linebacker has to be ready. And I think because of that, I think the 49ers, are unstoppable, and I don't think that they can win this game. So I got the 49ers winning this game 36-18.
I would call this the shocker of the week, but I'm not even going to be shocked by this. The 49ers have not met a defense this good yet this year. The 49ers are riding high because they play teams that they can walk over. 49ers don't have a chance this week. The Vikings are going to win this game, and they'll win it 31-26. Viking mojo in play. It's Vikings this week, hands down. Guarantee it. If they don't win, I'll wear clothes next week.
All right. Yeah, thanks for not making another coincidence about clothes and that. So you heard it here. So we got to see what happens. It all gets decided on the field. I think we got about 3 different games between the 2 of you that are different picks. So Chris trying to make a comeback on those picks. And Buddy, let's see if Buddy can go 3 weeks in a row 6-0. But we'll see. But next week we'll have our normal breakdown of the games, preview. But we'll also be doing a mid-season special with team grades, stat leaders, and team forecast for the remaining of the season. So make sure you continue to join us, TimoteoFootball.com, and we'll see you out on the field.
I don't get paid enough.